Everyone's chasing shortcuts, looking for that magic pill. But here's the truth. There is no magic pill. It's hard work, daily grind.
Hi everyone, today we are going to create a basic 3D reel, but the main purpose of this edit is learning design and also sharpening our basic skills. So first of all, right click new and let's bring in a solid. Make sure it is white, hit OK. Then for the next part, as you can see, there are these shapes which are rotating at the corners. Okay, so to make that, simply we have to bring in our star tool and let's make a star like this. We'll be selecting a off black color, a bit grayish. Okay, head on to polyester part 1, and then we are going to increase this. Okay, make something like this. So make sure you play around with these 4 things, which is inner radius, outer radius, and inner and outer roundness, to get this shape, okay, as it is like here. So now we are simply going to place it over here. One thing we have to do is make it big, so open scale properties and make it bit bigger, and hit Ctrl D to copy this shape and put another over here. For the next part, there is this animation, okay, this opening animation. So to make this, it is very simple. First of all, we are going to select our rectangle tool and let's make a rectangle, something like this. Okay, make sure to enable the stroke properties and delete the fill properties. In the stroke properties, I will change the color to a bit grayish. Make sure that the thickness of the stroke is less. Okay, around 5 is okay. And then I'll just open this up, head on to stroke, and then click on the plus icon for the dash and increase, something like this. Okay, this is looking good. Now we need to bring in circles. So again, head on to ellipse tool. This time, hit OK and make the fill enabled and delete the stroke properties. While holding shift, make a perfect circle. Hit Ctrl or comb to bring the anchor point towards the center, and let's bring it over here. Let's make the circle a bit small and put it at the corner of the box. Now we have to make 4 circles and put each of them at the corner of the box. Simply select all of your circles and parent link it with our rectangle box. Okay. Now we just animate the rectangle box, but before that, select the rectangle box for me, which is shape layer 3. While holding Y, I'll place my anchor point towards this corner. Okay, because we want the animation to open from here for this box. Simply I have to hit S for scale and then go ahead 1 second. Again hit scale properties, go to the start and let's make them 0. So now it will open up like this. Select the keycrest F9 and then drag it towards the left. So we'll get this animation. Now I'll bring in my pointer, which is this arrow. Let's hit R, rotate it, okay, and then make it small, and we have to do the animation for this too. So open this, hit U to see the animation which we did on the rectangle. Now same animation we have to do this, meaning you have to place the keyframes at the same points, okay, to match the animation. I'll hold shift and hit T for position keyframe. Go to the start and put it over here. For the animation, just simply select this F9 and then drag this towards the left. So you'll get this same animation. But at the start, we don't want our arrow to be here. So what I'm going to do is just move this ahead and this too. pull this, and what we are going to do is basically hit Shift and R for rotation on this arrow, okay, and hit Shift and P. So select the rotation and opacity keyframes. Also, I'll hit position keyframe and go here and again hit those keyframes. Now go to the start, just bring it here, okay, and then simply just rotate it and make the opacity 0. So we get this animation and then this. So I'll just select them, F9, and then drag this towards the left. Okay, let's right click and bring in a text layer and type. Make this text, of black. Make this small and fit it inside our box. Okay, so to do animation for this, what we are going to do is from here, let us open this, hit animate. First click on opacity. Okay, let's make this 0. Open the range selector, click on the end keyframe, okay, and then increase the start to 100 and make this 0. Now go ahead around here, again click on the end keyframe and make it 100. Select this, F9, and then drag this towards the left. You can open the advanced section and just increase the ease high and the ease low. We can also hit add a property and click on position and drag this down a bit. Select this and drag this out for a slower animation. Okay, these things are rotating, so we just have to select these two shape layers. Make sure the anchor point is at the center. Hit R for rotation. Go to the end, okay, or around 10 seconds. Let's head to 10 seconds and then let's rotate both of them. We will add all the effects at the end. First, let's do the animation. So our scene 1 is over. Now for the scene 2, as you can see, it's going a bit back and then up. Okay, simple as that. So now is the time to make everything 3D layer and accept the white solid. Hit right click new and then bring in a camera, hit OK. Right click new and then bring in a null object. Make the null object 3D, connect the camera to the null. Now I'll just hit P for position on the null. Click on the position keyframe, go ahead and again click here. At the start, I just want to zoom this in and at the end it will just zoom out. Okay, select this at 9, drag this towards the left. Okay, and then from here for the second scene everything will go down. So simply I'll just hit the position keyframe, go ahead, okay, and drag this down. Okay, something like this. And as you can see over here, when this goes up, there is another at the bottom, this star or whatever it is. So you have to just copy them. So I'm just going to hit Ctrl D to copy this. Hit U, okay, and just place it over here. Okay, so you will get this animation. Simple as that. Now for the second animation, as you can see, there's a grid behind this pill. So what we are going to do is I'll just bring in my grid PNG. Okay. So I'll just hit R on this, rotate it to 90, bring it at the center. Let's make that bin. Okay. Somewhat like this. Okay. And now we need to just select rectangle tool and then crop this out. then increase the feathering on this. Okay, so you can see the edges are feathered out. Okay, and for the last thing, just hit T and reduce the opacity. As simple as that. Now you get this feathered out look. Now we'll bring in the capsule. Hit Int in effects and presets and bring it over this capsule. Just head on to effects and presets and also add tritone on this. Select this, orange color, and let's make it a bit black. Okay, and dark. Hit OK. And now you can see you have got this similar look. Okay, with this capsule. And the next thing now is this text. Okay, and zooming out. So I'll just bring in another text layer. Okay, and write anything, random text on it. Control Alt 4 to bring the anchor point to the center and make this a 3D layer. Now I'll just simply, make it small so it fits. Okay, now we have placed them here. And for the animation of the text, you can simply, do the same animation which we did at the start. I'm going to use my, animation preset, put it over here. Hit the U on this. Okay, now for this, as you can see, there is some movement of this pill. So to do that movement, we simply have to select the capsule. Okay, and just hit scale and make it bit bigger. Hit shift and R for rotation. So click on the scale property and the guide rotation. Go ahead and let's scale this down and also rotate this. Okay, so we get this animation, and as you can see in the video, it is also zooming back. Okay, so simply now open up the null with the U, and from here hit on the position keyframe again. Go ahead 2 seconds and then zoom this back. Okay, and select this, and let's change this to something like this mountain pose, and from here it will just go down and cut. To do that, it's very simple. Okay, now pay close attention. So simply select the null U. Okay, and from here simply just again hit the position keyframe. Go ahead and drag this down. Okay, now as you can see over here, when this goes down, it cuts. So what we have to do is select this keyframes, and there should be a faster animation at the end and slow animation at the start. So pull this, select this and pull this here. For this is a slow animation, and then make it something like this to make it faster towards the end. Okay, so when it's over here, what we have to do is simply just cut everything at the top. So just select the alt grid. Okay, and let's select our camera and also our none. Then you'll select our shape layer 1 and shape layer 8. Hit alt and right bracket. Okay, and from here what we have to do is make the next C. So I'll just head on to my project and bring in this Jesus PNG. Make it 3D. Hit S. Make it small. Bring in my frame. Make it 3D. Then make it small. Okay. And now I'm just going to select my Jesus and parent link with the frame. Okay. Now to animate them, first what we have to do is, as you can see, it comes down and then turns. So let's make our frame smaller. Okay, hit R for rotation and rotate it like this. That we'll click on our pen tool. Make sure the fill is not selected and select the stroke to solid. And then make something like this, a curved line. Increase the stroke and make sure it's behind the frame. Then I'll select this and make it 3D. And from here on out, what I have to do is line, head on to stroke, click on taper, increase the start length, and then increase the start width. Okay, let's increase our stroke width, something like this. For the text, here is the truth. Right click, new text, and then again I'll just copy this and paste it. Okay, and now we'll do the animation for this stroke. Simply just select our stroke, add trim paths, open this up, end keyframe, go here, click on the end keyframe again, go to the start and make this 0. Now what we can do is simply extend our this camera and just hit Ctrl Shift D to cut our camera, and then just hit Ctrl D, just hit right click, new, and then null object, and connect our camera to null 2. Make this 3D 2. Okay, and this time we have to just bring this down. So I'll just hit P for position. Okay, click this, go here, again click on the position keyframe, go to the start, bring this up. Okay, and at the end keyframe we have to bring this at the center. Select this at 9, and here we need the animation at the start to be fast and at the end should be slow. So we put something like this. So let's see our animation from the beginning. Okay, and from here again this part is there. So what is happening, it's zooming towards the camera and then this is coming. So to do that, what we have to do is from here on out you have to simply just select our null 2 position, go ahead and just zoom this towards the camera, select this, and this time we want to do slow towards the start and faster towards the end. Okay, let's bring the keyframes closer, and here again we have to simply do what we did previously, is cut it. Okay, so just select all of this, hit alt and right bracket to cut this. Okay, and then we have to bring in our pill with this no magic. Select the ellipse tool, make the circle, make sure the stroke is less, make it 3D, hit S, make it big. Okay, this time just head on to contents, ellipse, stroke, hit dashes, and let's bring in our pill again. C to copy, paste, put it top. Okay, let's cut our circle also from the start. So you see, you'll get this animation. Let's head on to our nullity with U and let's stretch this out. And from here, simply you have to just do this no magic text. Okay, and at the end, the same animation which we did at the start. Okay, so using the tricks from the first scene, use it to complete the last part of this animation. Hope you liked this tutorial. See you in the next.